Welcome, my alumni friends. My name is Jim Wright. I'm the Director of Alumni Services. And yes, we're back again for another Facebook Live. The interesting is that I am actually at the Caseyville residential building for the first time. And as you know, any of you watching today, please make sure that you're going to, comment or ask a question, whatever's on your mind, really. And today's topic is gratitude and addiction. When I think about gratitude, the word gratitude, there's a lot to that. And you don't want to take it too lightly because it's an important part of your own recovery. So as we continue with our virtual broadcasts and these type of themes throughout the year, we're just again grateful that you're actually here. I have a guest. His name is Jeremy, and he is a Caseyville alum, and also used our Swansea outpatient services. And just a quick bio from him before I bring him on. He's been sober since November of 2020. And, he talked a lot about his physical condition and also what had taken place to find a bottom. So I think when he talks about our gratitude and addiction, I think he's going to have a really good story. So anyway, we'd like to welcome Jeremy.
Hello, how are you guys doing?
Hey, Jeremy. So glad that you could make it. Busy day for you, right?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of lunch right now and everything. I mean, but that's part of like we were talking about all the gratitude of the recovery. I'm just going to jump into it. I got sober November 5th of 2020. I got tired of being beaten. I ran into a batch of methamphetamines that was laced with fentanyl, and the next day I wasn't feeling good at all. My body was all messed up. So I finally called it quits. I called a detox place. I went to a place out in Mount Vernon for 2 days. And then when I got back from there, came to Caseyville Gateway. And my first week there, I mean, it was rough because, you get to get all that to where you're feeling all those things that we've done in the past and saying while we was out there. But after a while, like the first 2 weeks, I really started to notice that I was in the right place. I mean, really, my first group after coming out of quarantine, the group was about morning, and everything, and that was a big thing for me. I didn't accept my mother's passing. She passed away a little over 2 years ago, and I couldn't accept it. I knew she was gone and everything, but I couldn't accept it. But thank God for Gateway and a few people, the counselors there. My counselor, Blake, he helped me out a lot, and also Mark. But I mean, it was just Gateway. I'm definitely grateful for Gateway all the way around. I mean, they have helped me a lot so far, and I mean, they still stand by us. Like me and Jim was talking yesterday before this. I mean, there's such a good group of people through this Gateway family and everything. Like, I mean, we had a group chat of people that, I talk to on a daily basis. Jim, there's Mark, there's so many people in this family of the Gateway family, the alumni, everything. But back to my story, I started methamphetamines right before my mother passed, as got the news my mother passing, and at first I was only snorting, smoking, and then I got this last year before I got recovery, I got to injecting it, and it definitely took me through a spin. I've lost everything. I lost my family, a lot of my family. I was homeless by the time I checked myself into rehab, and just beaten from everything. I've had stuff, drugs, my meth mixed with bath salts to where I accidentally, well, I don't remember it, but I ended up headbutting my fiance, breaking her nose, gave her concussion, and all types of craziness. And I mean, I couldn't blame her for wanting to take a step back away from that person that I was, because I mean, that person that I was back then is completely different to the person I am today. Thank God. Uh, I jumped right in after I left treatment. I went straight to the club. I had a sponsors when I went into treatment. Been working my steps, working on step 10 now, and I'm just so grateful to be able to have everything I have. You know, I have a job now. You know what I'm saying? I have my family back besides two of them. You know, I'm still fighting for my daughters, but that's on another thing, that because their mother is out there still actively using and whatever she's doing. But I mean, life is so much better, and the steps definitely changed my life and made my whole attitude, personality. Like I was talking with Jim yesterday about, everything about me is different today than what it was just 5 months ago. I'm getting ready to come up on 5 months on the 5th of March, which is awesome. You know, I can actually say that I've been clean this whole year. That's something that is I've never been able to see. I've never been able to say that in the 35 years of my life that I'm clean for this whole year.
Hey, Jeremy, when we talk about gratitude and addiction, it's like a complex kind of thing. Like gratitude's a very big word, but it's part of what you're sharing with us. Were you able to identify kind of on a day-to-day basis what the addictions are, and how you're dealing with those addictions sober?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like we talk about, and I've talked to many people. Today, I get to feel those things. Like I used to not be able to. You know what I'm saying? I put that poison in me to avoid any kind of thing. But you know what I'm saying, like with my son, for instance, when I was actively using, he wouldn't want nothing to do with me. But today, you know what I'm saying, I can't get him away from me. He wants nothing to do. He's up my, you know what I'm saying, his head's up my butt 24/7, I mean, and it's amazing though, because I mean, and it's crazy, you could tell the difference. You know what I'm saying, he's only 8 years old, getting ready to be 9, and he knew what was going on, but now he knows, and like he's my biggest fan of, you know what I'm saying, biggest support, you know what I'm saying, and I'm just so grateful to be able to have that. I mean, I don't have all my children, like I said, but you know what I'm saying, I still have him, you know what I'm saying, and for me to be able to be a part of his life like I am now is so much better, you know what I'm saying, makes me feel better too, because I mean, I got him into like hockey and everything, but when I was actively using, I wouldn't show up to his games because I was too busy getting high. Nothing cared. But now I've been, I have my son in my life. I have my family. I have a good job.
Yeah, it's a different mindset when you become responsible. One thing that I learned early in is that these addictions don't go away. They're part of us. They're just simply part of us. And that I was sharing with one of you, I'm sure you probably know another alum that I was sharing with. We'll do that offline, but he was talking a little bit specifically about the family and what you're sharing with your son. Where do you think, do you want to stay, grateful with the consequences? Or, how do you stay grateful with the consequences you're dealing with right now?
I just keep it simple. I mean, I just try to remind myself on a daily basis of, the rewards that I have today, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, because I mean, yeah, I have using thoughts all, you know what I'm saying? And, our addiction, like you said, it attacks us 24/7. But, I just remind myself, every day of the the rewards that I have, you know what I'm saying, today, you know what I'm saying, compared to the cons that if I were to go back to that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just outweighs the better, you know. I mean, for me, only, you know, for me to go back to something like that, you know what I'm saying, I'd basically be ending my life, you know what I mean? That without my family, you know what I'm saying, and my son, you know what I'm saying, I'm not nobody, you know. So, I mean, I'm very grateful to be able to know the difference and have my thought processes a lot different. You know, like they said, you know, it's not the using, it's our thinking. You know, we have bad. What's the word? I can't think of it.
That's okay. No, because I think you're also participating in the 12-step program,
Yes.
and also, gateway counselors, alumni, reconnection of life. My sponsor early in, or my mentor, my counselor, right, all the people I worked with stated the facts that you need to stay connected to
Oh
this
yeah.
new recovery family. How do you feel about your new recovery family? Because I know you shared with me there's a few people that went back out, a few people that come back in.
Yeah.
How does that affect you on your daily life?
I mean, you know, like it sucks, you know, that because when I first got out, you know, and was going into, you know, we had a very big group of people in the Gateway family that was going pretty good and hard in recovery, and you know, I was talking to a counselor a while back about it, you know, and it's starting to fall off. I mean, now that I look at it, you know, and you're saying there's only a few of us left, maybe a handful left. And I mean, and there's also been, you know, 5 or 6, you know, that's actually been brave enough to admit that they need to go back and went back to treatment, you know. So, I mean, I'm grateful for them, you know what I'm saying, and respect them more than, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, because they're able to recognize, hey, you know, I'm slipping, but and have the the ability to go back, you know what I'm saying, instead of staying out there knowing that, you know what I'm saying, if they stay out there that that could be their last one, you know what I'm saying, instead they have the courage to pick up that phone, you know what I'm saying, that thing, and that's the thing for me, like fellowship, if I don't have fellowship, you know what I'm saying, and then, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to stay clean, you know what I'm saying, that is another gratitude that I can have, you know what I'm saying, I mean, that was actually an issue from my last trip around. You know, I was clean and sober, and then come the coronavirus, they took away church and meetings. I didn't have no fellowship, no nothing.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I mean, and that was a lot of people. I mean, if you look at the backstory, I mean, a lot of people. You know, and even when I returned back to going to meetings before I got, because I started going to meetings before I came back into treatment,
Right.
taking stuff in, and I mean, I seen people that had, you know, 13, 14 years of recovery, and
Yep.
you know, they come back in and they had less than 30 days. I mean, and that's just like they
It's
say,
crazy.
you know, I mean,
It's
the
crazy.
simple things, yeah, the simple things that we suggest, the program suggests, they're simple, but they're not easy to do, but you definitely reap a lot of rewards, you know what I'm saying, and the promises, like they say in the program, you know what I'm saying, you'll start seeing the promises come through, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying, as you gradually keep strong and going, you know what I'm saying, it's just amazing how things work out. Like the group of people that I was in there with, like I consider my family, like out there before, I would never consider my even bat an eye at. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some of us we're just completely different people, the way we act, dressed, and all that. But you know what I'm saying, in reality, we're all the same people because we suffer from the same disease and went through the same things. Just one little tweak to the end of each of our stories. You know, want to be alcohol or whatever the story is. I mean, but we're all still in reality the same people. And I mean, I really love all my Gateway family, Jim, you know what I'm saying, Mark, all you guys are my new family. Like, I mean, that's what we
Monica,
do.
I know
You know?
Monica Schmidt just said, "Good for you, Jeremy." See, I agree. We can't do this alone. Good for you, Jeremy. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, we
And
can't.
you know what she's saying? You're brave to come on and share, because when Mark recruited you, and you and I have talked about this. That is exactly the deal. Gratitude in your recovery family to whatever level, right?
Yep. Yeah. And that was the thing. It's crazy because a while back, I had stopped attending regular meetings and just doing my outpatient
Mm-hmm.
because it got to a point to where there were so many new people coming in, and they got some people were being like disrespectful in the meetings, just talking and doing all types of random stuff. And I got to talk to my sponsor, and he told me, he's like, I understand that you get upset about that, but what I'm saying, some of them people, they might need to hear what
Mm-hmm.
you have to say, rather it be whatever it's about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and that's reality. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm saying they're doing, I'm saying, I mean, they're doing whatever they're doing, but I'm saying they still, some of them need to hear that certain thing. It doesn't matter which way it goes or what's the scenario is of the story. You know what I'm saying? You might be the one that could help them if they hear one word that you out of your story or your situation for the day that you're talking about that might help them out and keep them coming back. So for me
Yep.
to be selfish and not do that is, I'm saying, it's pretty selfish for me. So I'm saying, I learned real quick and went back into it, and I'm grateful for it. I mean,
Yep. Michelle, here's another comment for you. Alone will get me back to needing Gateway again. Yes, I'm very close to all the ladies from the past that then when I was there at my stay, I need them. Thank you again, Jeremy, for sharing. So you hit that right on, and it doesn't matter who it is.
yeah.
It's everybody.
Oh
you
yeah. I
know.
mean, as long as you got enough courage to, I'm saying, to go and admit that, and realize what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and just make that simple phone call. I mean, I know a Pacific counselor, you know what I'm saying, that, I'm saying, I mean, he gives his number out, you know, right there as soon as your first day in there, you know what I'm saying, or your first weekend, let me say at least. You know what I'm saying? He's giving his cell phone number out. You don't see that much, you know what I'm saying, in a lot of places, but you know what I'm saying, and he really does, you know what I'm saying, like he cares a lot about people. And I mean, we call him, you know what I'm saying, we call him dad. Some of us do. Some of us call him dad. And I mean, that guy, like, when I was in treatment, every time he'd have a group, whether it was a good cry or a bad cry, but when you know what I'm saying, and like he said, it's not him speaking, it's, you know what I'm saying, it's his higher power and everything. But I mean, still, like, the words that come out of him, you know what I'm saying, I mean, even us, you know what I'm saying, we can still we can do the same thing for another person too. You know what I'm saying?
It's an acceptance, right?
Yeah. Acceptance is a big thing, yes.
Because I kept hanging out with people in the 12-step program, and I kept, they never stopped talking about the steps or what was going on in their lives. And they said, Jim, how many people have you shared your story with? And I said, oh, I'm supposed to do that. I'm not ready to do that. So, when you shared your story with me on the phone yesterday, I'm like, yeah, he's just like me.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this is my very first time actually getting up and doing something and sharing my actual full, other than in treatment. I mean, yeah, we tell a little story about it in treatment, but I mean, this is my first time going on broadcast or, in front of people. I haven't done an actual speaker meeting yet, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's awesome. I mean, and, I was like, when Mark asked me, I got real excited. And I mean, a little nervous, but I mean, like we've been talking about, you know what I'm saying? This is helping. One, it's helping me, you know what I'm saying? It helps me, and then it helps somebody. I don't know who else, but you know what I'm saying? I know it's going to help at least one person possibly, you know what I'm saying? Make that decision to get clean or stay clean or to keep continuing doing what they're doing on the bright side. So, and that's what we're supposed to do, is carry the message to the next
Yep.
suffering person. And,
Yep.
I mean, I got a strong team of family members that support me, and if I need anything, I mean, numerous of phone calls, I mean, or messages on Facebook, text messages. Like I said, we got group chats from alumni members, that was outpatient, was inpatient, just a group of all of us that are still in recovery. and we talk to each other every day.
Well, that's a good segue. Our Gateway Connect app. I know that's going to come up here for a minute, but the
Yep.
Gateway Connect app, we were talking about that specifically, and how much interaction there has become with the dynamic of the exploration, the books, the videos,
Yeah.
the mindful exercises. Do you use the app yourself?
Oh yeah, I definitely use the app. I use the app all the time. I mean, for my readings, for just reading other people's stories, you know, or their the little messages, daily messages, you know. I mean, it's a lot of inspirational stuff on there. I mean, and I love the app. You know, I mean, I've been using it, you know what I'm saying, and everybody I know is on there. And like I said, it's just a real inspiration, and you get to see other people's stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's another way I get to check on some of my other member, you know what I'm saying, some of the guys that or ladies that aren't actually in the group chat, you know what I'm saying. It's just a way to stay connected. That's one thing that you're saying I know that I had to do this last time when I got in out of treatment, you know what I'm saying. I know I have to stay connected and have a good support system, and which I do, you know what I'm saying, and I'm very grateful for them guys and ladies. You know, there's a few ladies in there too. And I mean, it's a real great group of people, and I'm just grateful for them. Gateway, period. You know, because I mean, I've done all this was voluntarily. You know, because I was beaten up, and I wanted to do the outpatient just because to stay connected with people.
Right.
Because I know
Right.
if I don't have recovery people, then you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna have too much recovery in me. You know, I mean, that's one
Yeah,
thing.
I think you're right, because that's part of it. So I'm going to ask again, has anybody else got questions or comments that would like to be part of the broadcast today? As we get close to wrapping this off. Oh, here we go. Michelle Day, I never got the app information. Several did not. I'll have to look into that. Let's see here. So we're going to put the app up on the screen. And to explain it, all you got to do is just Google it. Go to gatewayfoundation.org or Gateway Foundation app, and you'll see it come up, and it'll have a link for Google Play or Apple Store, and it's free. It's absolutely free. Our administrators are basically connecting lots of people, you know, every day, every week, every month, and it's growing leaps and bounds. So yeah, just Gateway Foundation, just Google I can't speak. Yeah, Gateway Foundation, and then Google Play and Apple Store. So. Okay. Anything else, Jeremy? Because I know you probably got to go back to work, huh?
Yeah, I gotta get ready to be heading out.
Well, look, I thank you so much for coming on today, and your gratitude and addiction is real, and you can just tell from you know, a healing heart. I really believe that about you. And I'd love to meet you in person, right? Face to face with masks on.
I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. That's one thing I can't wait for. Hopefully they bring back the in-person meeting soon up there and stuff. Yep.
So, well, again, thank you so much for coming on, and we'll be on next week, next Friday at 12 noon. So thank you so much. Okay.
All right. See you, Jim.
See you.